Good morning, campers. Let's do a reading. I'm guided to do today for my divine collective what you think is going on versus what's really going on. And I was guided to do this, so that's one reason. But the other reason, I was recently thinking that we are in this season of change and transformation, right? Always this season of the year, through all the eclipses, through everything that is going on, through the portals that we go through, the closure, right? The 8 of the 8, the activation of abundance, the 9 of the 9, the closure, the 10 of the 10th, very powerful portals, plus the eclipses. It's always the season when we go through transformation, right? We have the opportunity to get to inner union, to really find our center. And oftentimes, because in these connections, we are one consciousness, one chakra system, we are each other's extensions. And I've mentioned this to you guys in the recent video that I've done about telepathy, how we really think the same thoughts, how we really are on the same frequency, right? It's just that we are on a bit of a different stages. I don't want to say stages. I don't like to call them stages because I've explained this to you so many times. When we say stages, we tend to think that masculines are behind. It's not that we are in a different stages of the journey. We go through this journey differently. I covered this topic so extensively in my masterclass. If you want to watch that, it's available on YouTube. But sometimes in this season, we have this intuitive feeling that something is coming, that they're returning, that they want to get in touch with us, right? But in reality, it is us that we're coming into our center, that we're coming more and more into our wholeness, right? So maybe that is the reason that I was guided to do this. Maybe there's a reason it's coming to my mind. So let's just jump right into it. And let's start from, what do you think? What do you think right now is going on in your connection with the person on your mind? Okay, I feel like this deck is so thick, and I feel like I recently pulled the same cards all in all, which only proves how much we are all on the same energetic wave. All right, so let's see what do we have. Let's see what do we have. Okay, so your first card is separation. So you would be in separation from your person. It's not really something that we can say you think that's something that's going on, and it's not really going on, because you would know whether you're in separation or not. Although you would be surprised, because some ladies, when they are in the first in and out, they think that this is already separation because we're not together. But I feel like you are in full-on separation from your person. We have sadness, missing you, thinking about you. I feel like you would be thinking about your person a lot right now. Maybe you think that they think of you as well, which is probably true, because again, you can watch this telepathy video that I've recently done, but whenever we think of them, rest assured they think of us as well, right? Because we are, again, one consciousness. We're having the same thoughts. We're sharing the same thoughts. It's not like it's 24/7, right? So they're thinking that they want to eat, and we're thinking that we want, although sometimes it does happen, to be honest, but it's the core thoughts. It's the thoughts that really come from a place of a soul, from a place of contemplation. We're having the same thoughts. It's just that because we're going through this journey differently, they're wrapped in something else, right? So they can be wrapped in different shadows, or in different state of mind. Again, watch that telepathy video if that resonates. So you're gonna get more details. We also have the addiction card. So you would right now be thinking that you are still, maybe you're being a little bit hard on yourself. We have the nostalgia as well. So maybe recently you've been thinking about your person a little bit more. Maybe you don't even understand why you've been thinking about them a little bit more. Maybe you went through a process of a bit of a detachment, and you had moments when you thought that you were okay with the separation, that you were okay with the two of you not being together, and recently you're finding yourself obsessing a little bit more about certain things. We have a love triangle, and we have marrying for many. This is my card. The marrying for many card is my card of settling. I whenever I see this card, it not necessarily is for money, but it is a card of settling. So maybe this collective, you think that there are other people. I'm just thinking to myself, maybe it's been a long time since your person haven't reached out to you, and you sort of whether you know or you don't, if there is a third party, maybe you're just thinking to yourself, there has to be, because if they haven't spoke to me for a very long time, like sometimes in a separation, you guys, it's so difficult, and it varies from couple to couple, because some masculines in years of separation, they do pop up periodically, even if it's just to send us a message or check in with us, even if it's just that one message every 6 months, every cycle, which is 9 months, they do return. But sometimes it can really be years without receiving a single message, and it's so hard. It's so hard. It depends on individual journey. I always say this, it depends on our individual lessons. It depends of who we really are. What is the core of our love story, our mission sometimes even. What is it that we need to learn in this connection? But sometimes it's really so hard, and I get it, to keep the faith when you haven't heard from your person for a whole year, for 2 years, for more than 2 years, right? Not even a single message. It's our mind tends to go to, I'm hearing, what if it's really over? What if it's really over? So maybe you're thinking that it has to be because they met someone. It has to be because they are with someone. Maybe even you, I'm hearing. Because we have that settling, right? So obviously, if in these connections, for true twinnies, whatever you're going to choose that is not your counterpart will be settling. Will be settling, because I always say this to you guys, my universal truth, we are meant to come into union. Oh, this beautiful bird with this like a blue feathers, just like he just sat on my window, like white and black, and this like wings, it's like really blue sign. We're meant to come into union. On your highest, most abundant timeline, there is always your person. So if you're not there, it means that either you're not there yet because you're walking towards, right? But if you're choosing anything else, it means that you are settling. So maybe you're thinking about this. These two cards came together. We're going to clarify, but I feel like you would be thinking about this. It's been so long. It's been so long. Is it really over? It must be over. If they weren't with someone else, why wouldn't they even check in with me? Why wouldn't they even, say hi, or like even send a reaction? But you guys, I'm also hearing assumptions. So sometimes assumptions is one of the things that you have to let go on this journey. You have to trust your intuition. You have to trust your thoughts, because probably if you're thinking that, they're probably thinking the same thing. So if you're thinking to yourself, it's been so long, maybe they've moved on, they're probably thinking that it's been so long. Either they think that you've moved on, or intuitively, or they're thinking that you're thinking that if I'm not going to reach out, they're probably going to think that it's all over, right? But we're making you must be in your head, because I'm starting to really be like in my head. But sometimes you guys, we're making assumptions. They might not be reaching out, and it may be the hardest thing that they have to do. They may be really stopping themselves from reaching out because they feel like they're still in this mindset, I don't have anything to offer. Why would I reach out? I know that I'm going to get it back into my avoidance, or I know I'm going to get back into feeling scared of commitment. I know what is it that she would want out of this connection. So why would, and we are going into assumptions that, okay, he has not spoke to me in 2 years or however many years. It must be because he's with someone. Let's clarify. I want to clarify separation. We have glowing kiss. With that nostalgia, I'm thinking that you're also thinking about love, you know, thinking about love. And I find that sometimes in separation, it comes in waves, right? So we are in this long separation, and the purpose of the separation is to heal, to really embark on our separate quests, to find our mission, to find our center, to find our true core, who we are, what is our mission. Again, I feel like for this collective, this telepathy video, I've done 2 parts. One is more generic, the other one is about twins, that it will really really help you. But sometimes in that separation, we have moments that we're healing, we're okay, we're focused on ourselves. But moment comes that we get quite nostalgic and we start to think, well, okay, well, I love you and you love me. I know this, I trust this, I know what this connection is, I understand, right? I'm grateful, it's awakened me, but damn, it would be so nice to have that love, right? To just have someone to hug you, to kiss you, to give you that red balloon for Valentine's Day. I don't know why it just came to my mind. Maybe that's something that happened. Maybe you have some Valentine's Day memories. Maybe you really love romance and Valentine, but heartbreak. And we have not today, so I feel like it's really, we have grounding. I feel like for this, in their head wanted to pop up. You are in your head right now. We have grounding that's on top of that love triangle. I feel like photo proof. Marrying for money. Negativity. I feel like this collective right now, you would be thinking that it's not gonna happen. I feel like you are a little bit in lost hope. Maybe you even saw some videos online. You guys, I say this to you all the time, right? All the time. It is so sometimes disheartening, right? Because I don't want to say this just because like me, I'm so wonderful, right? But I'm really one of few content creators out there that talks about this journey. First of all, really knows their shit. And second of all, is really thorough. And I always say this to you guys. True twin flames. We are not even a fraction of percent of population, right? Now, people who are actually meant to talk about twin flames, to lead twin flames into union, to guide twin flames on this journey, are divine feminines, true divine feminines, right? And it's just a fraction of us. So think about how few twin flames we have, about 150k on this world, divided in 2, which is 75, right? It's a little bit less because they say it's 144, beautiful, okay, so it will be a beautiful number. About 70,000 women who are divine feminines on a twin flame journey. And we have a variety of mission. Only about 30% of that, I cover this in my masterclass, will become what we call in that section of magic divination. So psychics, shamans, medicine women, seers, readers, so on and so forth, right? So what do we have, like 20 few thousand, right? And then a fraction of that will actually be meant to work with twins. And only if twin flames are linked to our mission, we receive downloads about it, we receive intuitive thoughts, we are connected to our waves of collectives, right? And other people who talk about this, they either just talk about their own experience, so they really know nothing, because this journey unravels in so many ways, right? Or they're talking from a place of still wounding, they're projecting, or they're not even on a journey and they know nothing of nothing. They just want to create viewers because it's become a popular topic, because most people think that it's another name for karmic connection, which is just nonsense. So there's a reason I deviated to that. So maybe you've watched a video of someone saying that twins are not, I've seen so many videos like that, you guys, that twins are not meant to come into union, that this is just this karmic ultimate reflection, this is meant to show you and awaken you, and then you have to find yourself a soulmate. What do I always say to you? Lies of people who know nothing of nothing, or they're wounded themselves. We're meant to come into union. Do we always do? No, because it's a hard journey. Right? It's a hard journey. Sometimes people settle. Sometimes people give up. Sometimes people are not, yet ready. If your soul chose this lifetime of activation, which is supposed to be the last lifetime overall, and with your twin, when you don't only just meet, but you get activated to the journey. I've covered this as well in my videos. It's a whole different thing, right? So in that last lifetime, we get activated to the journey. Our Kundalini awakens, the veil is lifted, we become spiritual teachers, healers, and we are meant to come into union. But the journey is long and the journey is hard. The journey is wonderful. So again, there's a reason I deviated to this. So maybe you are really, I feel like it may be a long video, but at this point, really. I feel like you would be thinking that it's not going to happen, that it's been too long, that maybe it's just time to settle. Maybe they already have someone. I don't feel, I don't feel like you're definitely overthinking, but I don't feel like you know something for sure. I think like you're suspecting, and with this grounding, I feel like you're just trying to be reasonable. That's what I'm hearing. You're just trying to think, I love him, I miss him, but I haven't spoke to him for like a year or 2 or 3 or however many years. It's been like absolutely zero contact. And you would be thinking, maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign that I'm supposed to, right? I feel like you may have been, some of you may have went into looking for proof. So maybe you went to their social media, or some of their friends' social media, to see if there are any photos or stories, maybe to see them maybe with someone, to find out, are they still single, or have they settled? I want to do a couple of these oracles on top of that, so we see what do you think is going on with your masculine. It's hard, you guys, on this journey. It's really hard. It's when you think back, then you think to yourself, what's really my painting like just completely fell out of the frame. That's so weird as well. Maybe you're not seeing it right. Sign. When you think back, right? Once it's all over, I don't want to say it's all over, because it's not like it's the end, right? It's just a milestone. Union is just a milestone. You look back and you think to yourself, oh, it was just like, what was it? What were in separation? Like 3 years, just 3 years, just 4 years, right? It's nothing really when you look at your whole lifetime. But when we are in it, I always say this: we live in dog years. Every year seems like 5. Because we do so much inner work, we do so much change and transformation in our life, because it's hard. And also, the more we connect to our soul, the more the perception of time slows down. So it really, when we're in it, it doesn't seem like just 2 years, just 3 years. It seems like forever, right? So it is hard, but part of this journey is to really release everything that is in the physical. Expecting the worst, aren't we? Expecting the worst. I feel you are expecting divorce right now. Oh. Admit it. Admit it. I want two more. Oh, thank you. We have Mother Wound. Go Hermit. What kind of love do you desire? And go Hermit. You guys, I feel like right now you are expecting divorce. Yeah, you're probably saying to yourself, it's time to admit it. It's time to admit it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You would be thinking about whether you want love or you don't want love. What love do you desire? I feel like this collective, you are in a moment of life. You know, we are all, because we choose this journey, right? And not just for this lifetime. We choose this journey for all our journey of life on earth, right? Again, topic I covered in my masterclass. Because of that, we love love. We love love. The other half of our soul is always somewhere out there. It makes us romantics. It makes us always feel like we search for something, like we crave for something, right? When we're wounded, we can deny it, but it is the ultimate truth, right? And we are gods and goddesses of love, all of us. Not all of you, you know, your mission is really strictly linked to love, and some of us are more romantic and more love bugs, and the others, you know, you have different strengths and different things are activated within you. But overall, we all love love, because this is what part of our mission is, always to teach that proper love, that right love to this world. And I feel right now you are in this mindset, this collective, that you would want love. You would want someone to have dinner with you, to wake up with, to celebrate birthdays and holidays, to physically hug you, to hold your hand. And because it's been so long, your mind is going into thinking, it's not going to happen. It's been too long. How is it possible? You're probably thinking, how is it possible that they still want it, that they still think of me? It's been so long, not even a message, not even anything. Maybe your person really is under a rock. Again, it's different for every pairing, but sometimes they literally go under a rock. We have no way of knowing nothing of them, so they don't speak to us, they don't send us messages, they don't even watch our stories, we don't have them on social media. There's like completely disappear. And I think, like you're saying to yourself, it's time to admit it, that it's not going to happen. I deserve love. You would be thinking, I deserve love. And with that Hermit, I think this is them. I think like your masculine is really under a rock. But you guys know, what do I say about I deserve love? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to you. I feel like this collective, you're in a vulnerable place. So I'm gonna try to say this really from a place of love and kindness, because you know me, when I hear these things, I tend to get more passionate. But you guys, remember what I said about how many of us is out there. So few of us, so few souls. Not everyone has a twin flame. Very few souls, when embarking on this journey of lifetimes on earth, they decided that they want to go deeper into separation. And we divided ourselves into the feminine and the masculine to be able to heal deeper, to heal better, because we come with a mission. And again, it's something that I covered in my masterclass, that we don't choose specific missions for specific lifetimes. There is an overall theme. And all of us, we're ancient souls, starseed. We've been through realms and galaxies. We really, our mission here, especially if in this lifetime you got activated to this journey, right? I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, because we do have free will. This is exactly why I said a moment ago to you, not everyone comes into union because we have free will. Not everyone has the capacity to truly surrender. But we are here for something greater. I really want you to try to take a step back. I always say this to you guys, whenever I would struggle on this journey to take a step back, there's a thing for someone. I would always watch sci-fi movies. I would always go and watch my Stargate and think about, I am here, thinking that I miss him and I want him, and that I just want to be hugged and I want to be held, and, I want to have someone to celebrate that, whatever is it that you want to celebrate, that Valentine's Day. And there are galaxies out there of things that really matter. What we can achieve here in this lifetime with the power that we have as a divine feminine activated on a twin flame journey. We're here to heal others, to help others to conquer their shadows, to get out of their darkness, to find their center, to find their peace. We're beacons of light. We're initiation of a ripple effect to create a better world. We're really not here for ourselves. And it's a hard pill to swallow. But we're really not. Yes, I always say this. When you reach your highest, most abundant timeline, a byproduct of that is the life of your dreams. With your person, with your perfect, job and everything, all you ever wanted, paradise. But it's a long journey. But the journey isn't long to test us. The journey is long to prepare us so we can actually hold this frequency. To whom much is given, much is expected. It's just, let's do some tarot. I want to still do some tarot for you. I'll just put these a little bit up so I can see them still. But I want to do some tarot. Let's see. What do you think your joint energies are? There's no, there's no harm in wanting love. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying this, it's only natural. We're humans. We are in this human body. They are the other half of us. It's only natural. We crave each other. We miss each other. That will never go away. Never go away. But this is what I always say to you guys. Even when you settle, do you think it's going to go away? When you settle, when you find yourself a soulmate and, you're going to be with this person, you think it's going to go away? It's only going to be worse, because we are in each other's energy always. It's not going to go away. I oftentimes say this to you guys, how much I feel for the masculines. It must be horrible. They have to go through different connections, right? We usually go into celibacy, into solitude, us feminines. We maybe occasionally, again, I covered this in my masterclass, but we maybe occasionally go on a date, connect to someone. But overall, we choose celibacy, right? Because the veil is lifted. We know the truth. Bam, right? They underneath the veil, they have to clear out karma for the both of us. They have to connect to, this is how they learn. We learn through looking into our soul. They learn through a mirror of karmic connections. So they always connect to other women, right? So every time they connect to these women, whether it's a shallow one night stand or whether it's an actual fling or connection or relationship, we're always right there in a room. Can you imagine the horror of that? How horrible it has to be. Like, you are literally, I'm going to be very literal because I'm hearing this, and maybe this collective, you need to hear this. How hard it has to be in so much pain that you are forced from the place of your shadows to end up in bed with a woman that you're probably not even that much interested in, and you have the energy of your feminine right next to you. It's like we're watching. We're always with each other. Our true twinnies, our energetic imprint doesn't go away. We are always with each other. It's like this other person is sitting here. It's in the room. and it's never gonna go away. It doesn't even go away when you're in union. They're always like with you, even if they're like someplace else. It's like they're always with you through that red thread. That's how strong our connection is. So it's so hard. Can you imagine how hard it has to be? Right? So if you think that you're gonna find yourself a soulmate and you're gonna have, you're gonna live happy